All right, so let's see. Let's talk about the age group announcements. What do you guys? What do you feel? What's everyone? What do people want to know? It was a tough decision. It's not something we wanted to do. Obviously, we want to have that competition. We want to include all the athletes at the games, but our hand was played essentially. We're not able to do the games the way we'd like when we want. We don't even know if everything's going to open up to where we could do them in Madison. So we decided to do something here instead, and something small. And small with no spectators is the key to us being able to potentially pull this off. We still don't even know if we're going to be able to pull this off. We don't even know if we're going to be able to pull off the individuals like we're trying to do here. And to add multiple other divisions, to add all these other layers, it would just be more of a mess to pull off. So there were some sacrifices, some divisions that had to be cut to make this happen, to make us get to a place where we have a comfortable size and a comfortable field to bring here. So that's where we're at. Some people have suggested why not doing them the weekend before, the weekend after, or other weekends. We still don't even know what we're programming and planning. If we're going to be able to do the individuals on the dates we want to do. So now imagine let's say we were trying to do the individuals on the same weekend that we did that we're doing them that we would have done them in Madison in August. But let's say we planned that the individuals here, and then the weekend before we had the younger age groups, and then the weekend after we had the older age groups. And so we had all of this spread over the course of 3 weekends to 4 weekends. Well, then it turns out we have to move one of our dates. So then we have one date to move, but now we also have 2 or 3 other dates to move. So it doesn't make sense to do them different weekends. It makes sense to have one weekend and have the flexibility if we need to be able to move that weekend to other weekends and not have to worry about the other divisions. What we're trying to pull off is it's a fight against the norm even at this point. We're going against the grain in saying that we're going to pull this competition off. No other sports are even going yet, so who knows where it's going to be in August. So we're saying we're going to try to make the individual competition happen, even a different version. We still have yet to announce the details of what that's going to look like, so you guys still need to stay tuned for that. But that's the best we can do with any success with any belief in that we can pull something off. We could postpone the games, but we don't want to. We want to try to deliver a competition for the individual athletes and try to salvage some semblance of our season. Any questions? I'm really impressed with some of the athletes who have said they're disappointed, but they understand. That's a positive place to be, and that's a good outlook to have in all of this, because it's outside of your control, their control at this point. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to take this shot. It's a little far. I'm shooting squirrels for pest control for the games when they come back here. They do a lot of damage to the floor, so I have to, or to the hillside, so I have to prepare it so there's no ruts in the ground or holes in the ground for athletes to twist their ankles on. Thoughts on carrying over the qualifications, teams as well. Why not cut down the number of individuals? Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes without saying, right? If you take a look at where we're doing it and what our plan is, you'd be crazy to assume or think that we're going to have 150 men and 150 women here. So what we're planning at this point will be very different from what happened at the games last year to accommodate the venue we're using and some of the restrictions we imagine that we might have to deal with in terms of everything that's going on in the world. The score was 120 yards. That's a good question. A lot of people are upset. A lot of age group athletes are upset. It's understandable, but really how you handle it and how you bounce back from this and how you move forward is one of the more important things in all of this. Handle it like a pro. Handle it like a champ. Let's see. How about those who qualified to the age group online qualifier this year? Get invite next year. Expand Masters field. Nah, we're just going to reset. It's just going to be clean. It's going to be, next season's going to be a new season. This season is what it is. It's a wash at this point for some divisions, and we're not rolling anything over. You have to just start. Look, I mean, take these things into consideration. The NBA season has been postponed and is possibly at this point even going to be canceled. The Olympics were nowhere near as large as the Olympics. The Olympics have been canceled for this year. So there's all these major sporting events that have been postponed indefinitely, and some even canceled. So of course, canceling our entire event was on the table and being discussed. But I see it as a huge success and a huge win that we're even trying to pull off just having the individuals here. And so, yes, the age group athletes found out yesterday that they're not going to be part of this show, and it's unfortunate. I would love to have had everyone here. I'd love not to have gone through this where people have lost their jobs, where affiliates are having to close down, where there's stay-at-home orders in place. It would be great if none of this happened, but it did, and this is how we're adjusting to it, and this is how we're trying to make something happen in this environment. Instead of fittest on earth, will be fittest in USA? Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if athletes can travel out here. We don't know. You don't know yet. We don't know. Nobody knows yet if individual athletes can't make it out. We'll see how that all plays out. Look, you know what? We're trying really hard to make something happen, and you could try to poke holes in it all you want, and there's probably a lot of holes you can poke in it. But it's our attempt to do something for the sport and for the community. And some athletes might not be able to make it out. We'll see. We don't know. Who knows where travel is going to be in August? Who knows if some of the athletes from around the world are going to be able to make it out here? We sure hope they can. We sure are going to try to get them out here. A lot of people asking about the teams. We're just trying to make the best out of the situation. We're trying to make the best out of the situation and put on an event for the community. Give us all something to rally behind and be excited about. And give the community, give the affiliates, give the athletes, give spectators, give everyone some hope in all of this, and show everyone like, hey, CrossFit's still here, CrossFit's still fighting. We're gonna move forward, and it's a very reduced format games, reduced field, and but we're not letting this keep us down. And I think we should be celebrated for trying to make something happen instead of being shit on by some people who are upset that their division got left out. One second, we saw another one. There he is. Okay. What else? Age Division are community too. They are part of the community. It does, but you said so they must compete too. There is nothing given in life, so don't this assumption that they don't have to do anything, and we can't put it on this year, and we're making a sacrifice there to try to put on the individuals. You know what's interesting is it seems like a lot of people would be happier if we just decided to cancel everything rather than try to just find the fittest man and fittest woman alive. And I think it's a huge success. It's a huge hurdle that we're crossing to even try to pull off the individual. And again, I clearly think we might not even pull it off, but we're gonna try, and I hope we can. Yeah, the Masters are coming back next year. Hey, it's not the end of it. And Masters is something that I've been a huge fan of over the years. We've expanded the division to make it more entertaining for fans. He just ducked away. What other questions? Age Division online games. We just did an online qualifier. August or bust. Yeah, we're giving August a shot. We don't know. We'll see what happens. Agree. Why not cancel all the games? What, misery loves company? We can't try to have some success in trying to pull off just the individual tests. We think, here's the thing, we don't want to cancel all the games because we think we can pull off doing a test for the individual men and individual women. Not all of them, a reduced field, that's for sure, but it's better than nothing. But it's almost as if some people would rather just have nothing than anything. I don't agree with that. Our team doesn't agree with that. I think the way we're proceeding forward is a good option. It's a good strategy. It's something. It's saving our sport this year. Saving something. Farthest kill shot out here with this on a squirrel was about 200. Not today though. I haven't done that today. Where there'll be Brian, my cousin, just asked where we'll be pig hunting at the games. My cousin owns CrossFit Reading. And he's been an affiliate for over 10 years. His first exposure with CrossFit was the 2007 games, the first games. I told him I was having a little event here at the ranch, and I asked him to come out, volunteer, and help. And he came out. And then I told him, hey, why don't you try CrossFit? The next weekend we have a seminar in Santa Cruz. And he went to the seminar, and he ended up in the hospital for a week with rhabdo, and then fell in love with CrossFit and has been an affiliate owner basically since. CrossFit Reading. Would it be fair to still call them the fittest on earth? The men and women who come here and who are tested, absolutely. The test is going to be it's going to be as complete as any other test, and arguably at this point, with what I'm working with and what's planned, this will probably be one of the most demanding years and challenging years ever at the CrossFit Games. And you know what? It's going to be very different in that athletes are going to have to go to a place they've never gone before, mentally and physically. They're not going to have their large support networks. There's not going to be fans out here. They're not going to have the energy of the crowd to drive them on. They're just going to have to go to work and look left and right and be driven by those next to them. And they're going to have to dig deep. And the champion that comes out of this is going to be a great. Fuck. a great champion. 1 second. That was a miss. Sometimes you miss. That's a 110-yard shot. What other questions? But again, I'd like to say I'm really happy and excited about some of the attitude from some of the younger. I've seen some young athletes. I've reposted their perspective, their posts with their perspective, and it's pretty cool to see some 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds who seem to be really grounded and are, you know, accepting and okay with it and moving forward. Because that's all you can do at this point is just, you know, kind of accept it and move on. So it's nice, it's refreshing to see. I'd like to know who their parents are because they're doing something right with them. Damn. Little misses. Am I following a 14-year-old girl? Oh shit, I'm not supposed to follow anyone. That's probably because I was looking at her account earlier. Thanks, sir. Let me just go fix that. Because someone said something, hold on. I'll unfollow her after this. I don't follow anybody on this account. So it's not weird that I'm following a 14-year-old girl because I was entirely an accidental follow. Okay, well, that's it. Anything else? Thank you.